Hey, welcome back. Let's do a collective reading for the week. See what we have going on this week. I hope you all had a great weekend. It was very eventful for me. I mostly spent it walking through the forest because I'm in the Pacific Northwest and we have some really great forests here. Well, I started off in my regular park, and I couldn't believe how many people were there. It was like, oh, there's a lot going on. They had sports, an ice cream truck. There was just tents. I was like, oh, something's going on here, and I was like, I better go somewhere else. And anyway, it's a busy weekend for most of us. Some of us more eventful than others, but it was relaxing. It was great. Um, I did make plans, because we're in the week of light, like I mentioned before. This week, this is the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. This is the lightest week of the year, meaning that the light is the longest. These are the longest days of the whole year. So yesterday for us, the day was 16 hours of sunlight, right? And today is the second day where we have 16 hours of sunlight. And so it's really great. You get up at, in the wee hours of the morning, like 4, and then around, just a little after 5, the sun comes out. And it's like, oh, this is kind of the most incredible kind of period. But it's a great time to just kind of enjoy the sunlight. If you're a sun person, this is your week, because this is the week to get things done, find motivation, write in your journal, all that good kind of stuff. So let's take a look. Why does my eyebrow look like it's cut off? Oh no. Anyway, I don't know why. Why do I have that strange thing there? Maybe I bumped it. I don't know. All right, so we are starting today. I've got my fancy gold cards with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is an interesting card because it is all about intuition and psychic phenomena. So our message begins this week with the Queen of Cups. So our message this week talks about intuition. Going with your gut, listening to what is happening intuitively, right? And sometimes that can keep you out of so much trouble or make your week go a lot better. Like I said last time, everyone is psychic. It's just it's a matter of allowing it to happen. Yes. Let me have a drink of my. Do you know what? While we're on this, do you know that McDonald's has the best caramel iced coffee ever? I don't know what I tried it like 10 years ago, if that, and it is the best thing ever. I usually get 2 of them. And the thing is, they know me at McDonald's. Like they expect me. Oh, Kevin, we're just starting coffee now. Good thing you're here. But what's interesting is I saw the, at Starbucks, the coffee masters, the people who really know coffee and making lattes and all the hot beverages that you can think of. At Starbucks, the master coffee makers wear black aprons, right? It's what distinguishes them from the commoners, right? The green apron people are the commoners. But anyway, this coffee master came into McDonald's while I was standing there, and I'm watching him. He got the caramel iced coffee from McDonald's. The coffee master got the caramel iced coffee from McDonald's. I should have, if I had been more aware, I should have taken a picture of it, right? Oh my gosh, I didn't. Anyway, all right, let's see what else we have for this week. we have the Four of Pentacles. This deals with money. You know what this really means? Do you see how this guy is just sitting there on a throne or whatever that is he's sitting on, just sitting there, and he's got money under his feet, money in the middle, money on the top? This is a card of financial stability, right? This could mean a lot of things coming this week, which would be nice for me, right? Because I think I mentioned I need a muggle job. And so I have a degree. I do. I have a degree in human resource management. Oddly, I've never ever worked in human resource management. That degree changed my life. It made me political. It made me very aware, especially after I started studying employment law. Once I started studying employment, excuse me, I was like, once I started studying employment law, I started to see how the world really works. I was like, well, shit, is this how it goes? A lot of us in that same class were like, did you just say what I thought you said? But anyway, that's distracting from our reading. This just means financial stability. So this week, look for things to stabilize. We could see a lot of movement economically this week. Things becoming more stable. If you are searching for a job, if you're trying to become employed, this is the week to be looking because there's lots of good energy. Even if you go out in public this week and you just happen to notice people, they're up, right? Because there's so much sunlight coming in. If you're a forest person like me, walking in the forest, you can feel it in the trees and in the shrubs and in the plant life. You just feel this extra surge of energy. So this is the week to make progress. Remember last week was when I did the reading for the weekend, it was all about planning, having your ducks in a row, your due diligence. The next card is the Emperor. And this is so perfect. This is the card for Aries, a fire sign. Fire sign. And you know what? This is the perfect time to be the sovereign of your own experience. It's all about authority. See how he looks authoritative there? He looks like an old man. If I grew my beard out, this is exactly what I'd look like. But anyway, so this is about, taking authority in your own personal space, your own things. And this is the perfect week to do it because light, Aries, light, fire. Kids are going to have a lot of fire this week, a lot of energy. Don't waste a day of it, right? Next, we have the Seven of Pentacles, or the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups, your coot. This is the delusion card, I call it. You see how this guy is sitting here? This is kind of a dream of all of his wants and things. And there are different things in there. Here's a spirit in the middle. So sometimes this is a delusions in your mind. Sometimes it's delusions created by spirit. And this is the crown of victory. This is a lizard. So this can be wealth. This is keep your head about you. Don't drift off into fantasies. Don't be consumed by things that don't need to be in your mind, right? Especially if it has to, especially now, because right now there's kind of an energy that's coming at your strongest relationships, right? So your mother, your father, your siblings, your spouse, there's a lot of divisive energy that's being batted around. And when it lands and hits you, that's where it's going to get you, is where in your personal relationships. And you might find yourself getting angry at the people you love the most for no reason whatsoever. And you might be thinking of things that were like years ago, like that isn't so and so, blah, 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 blah. Anytime you feel rage or anger or it's unfair, that is almost always not coming from you, right? almost always it's not coming from you. It's coming from something else whispering in your ear. It's so unfair. So unfair. Always something else. And you know how you can take control of that pretty quickly and spontaneously is to center yourself. Imagine a line going down the center of your body and just follow that line down into the ground and center yourself and kind of clear that energy, especially if it's anything, if you're having negative thoughts about the people you love the most. That can kind of be, an energy that you picked up at the grocery store or you picked up at work or you stopped at the convenience store and filled up your tank with gas. That's could be where you picked up that because you're touching. When you're getting gas, you're touching something that's been touched by a ton of other people. And you can pick up that energy. And you can be like, oh, you know what? I'm angry and I don't know why. Everything's so unfair. Right, next we have the Knight of Swords. You know what this always means? Law enforcement. Law enforcement. To me, this is always the law enforcement card. Like, you see how fast he's going? This is law enforcement coming to do something. So who knows what this means for this week. But probably this week, we're going to see some sort of law enforcement. It could be something. You never know what it could be because there's lots of celebrations. So there could be a need for some law enforcement as people are out and about in the week of light. Ooh, this is interesting. This is going to be our last card for this little reading. This is the King of Cups. And it's odd, right? Because we started with the Queen of Cups, right? This is about intuition. And I'm going to talk, so there are rumors within my little world that everybody's intuition is going to increase in the coming months by a lot. And there's also, a lot of energy workers that are kind of thinking, the stakes are going to be high later where, we'll be looking at energies and things that we've kind of known were there, but now we're going to be able to see them, right? And you might be, this week, maybe you've been just kind of out of the corner of your eye seeing something like, what the hell is wrong with my eyebrow? Why is it that way? It must be, I don't know, maybe a scratch? I don't know. Anyway, so this is also talking about intuition. So for this week, this is all about resting and using your intuition wisely. And something that will help you do intuition is to meditate. And maybe you are like me, right? And you are hyper mind, like spirit people, like, oh, get out of my way. So there is a meditation that is very helpful. And I have it on my website. I was invited to do this meditation on Jamie Butler's channel years ago, and it's a 5-stone meditation. If you are somebody that has trouble slowing down your mind and getting into a relaxed space, that meditation may be really what the doctor ordered for you. You can find it on www.limestreetwellness.com, and in the upper right, click the About Us tab. And you'll see my little bio, blah, 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 and just scroll down a little bit, and you'll see a YouTube video linked there. And if you click on it, that will take you to the video. And it's not very long. I think it's like 13 minutes, or I could be wrong. Is it 13 minutes? I don't know. When we did it, it felt like it was an hour. But anyway, so you can find it there. And you'll need 5 stones before you start. And just, they don't have to be, anything special. Like, just 5 stones that speak to you. Like, just, polished stones if you've got them. Or you can take a walk and find 5 stones along your the path that you're on, and oh, this stone speaks to me, and put it in your pocket, and then come back and look at that video and do that meditation, and it helps so much. It does something physically to your mind. And what it will do is it will make everything extremely focused. Extremely focused. And especially if you have racing thoughts, or like me, like my mind is a million miles an hour. Like I told you, the spirits are like, oh, we don't want to get in that. But anyway, you can find that there. If you want to book a reading with me, you can do that on that website as well, www.limestreetwellness.com. You can go there. You can book a session online, and you can do a session with me. Now, whenever I do a psychic reading, so I do 30 minutes, and I do an hour. It's always through Zoom, and I record it because later on you might be wondering, now what did Kevin say about that? I know in the reading he said something about that. Well, I record it and I send you the video so that you can look at it later. You can say, oh, that's what he said. And you don't have to, worry about writing and taking notes and all that stuff. You can just watch the video and say, oh, that's what he said. And so, and as a psychic, sometimes, a lot of times I'm right, but sometimes I'm wrong. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Anyway, you can find it there. Also, if you'd like to book a distant Reiki session, you can do that as well. I love doing distant Reiki, and I do that over Zoom too. And if you've never done it before, it can help you in a lot of ways, especially if you're stressed out right now. Reiki is such a great way to take care of yourself energetically. So, feel free to book a session there. If you'd like to try 5-path hypnosis, if you're struggling with addiction, if you're, just wanting to find out more about yourself, you can book a hypnosis consultation with me. And I'd be happy to go over how hypnosis works remotely, because there are some things we have to do to ensure that we're successful. So we have to talk about equipment. We have to talk about what to expect during the session, what happens. I also do past life regression in hypnosis as well. So if you'd like that, we can talk about that during the session, the consultation. That's on my website, www.limestreetwellness.com. Well, I do hope that you are doing well this Monday. I do hope that you will have a fantastic week. I'll probably touch base a few times this week and let you know more about this crazy little psychic world that happens around me. So I hope that we have the chance to speak again, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, you're important to this world, and I'll talk to you again soon.